In our rapidly evolving world, success is defined by turning challenges into opportunities. With enough foresight and ingenuity, the complex problems of today can become the achievements of tomorrow. I'm Fred Thompson. From business and technology to healthcare and the environment, join me as we take a closer look inside the workings of the modern global economy. I'm Fred Thompson, and I'm inside business. Since the dawn of the industrial age, manufacturing has been the cornerstone of American business. Join me as we explore some recent advances in the industry.
It is a transformative time for United Electric Controls. The company's core products, a series of reliable industrial temperature and pressure switches and sensors, are still in high demand all over the world. But as just about any manufacturer today will tell you, times are changing.
Well, it's a challenging economy. United Electric depends on global projects and capital spending that's still awaiting credit.
Yet, in an age where many have sounded the death knell for American manufacturing, this nearly 80-year-old company is surviving. By now, most Americans have heard arguments on both sides of the outsourcing debate. Every time an item like the 100 series gets shipped in, critics say American jobs get shipped out.
We'll tell that to the employees who came to work today, that'll be here tomorrow, and they'll be here next week as well. Our core competency is to design and produce cost-effective, reliable temperature and pressure switches and sensors. And if we need to outsource a component in order to stay competitive and save our jobs, we'll do that.
Meet June Lee, CEO of Corona, California-based ICSN.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Lee speaks a language many small and mid-sized American companies don't fully understand. But it's not what you think.
We do have a pre-custom clearance.
It is the language of international sourcing and logistics, a language which many American executives don't fully understand. Neither do many of the brokers or agents these companies turn to oversee their global outsourcing efforts.
Well, we tried outsourcing before, mostly due to the cost, but what we got was a product that was very poor quality, and it ended up costing us more in the long run. We were about ready to give up on the idea altogether.
The problem, says Lee, is presence.
Most brokers and agents don't have a local presence with the expert staff in the area where the manufacturings are done. How can you manage quality assurance during the manufacturing or manage production schedule if you don't have a presence there?
As for the 100 series housing, it was manufactured in Ningbo, China. ICSN has an office and a manufacturing facility there. It also has facilities in Xinjiang and Dongyang, and 2 more in Bukhan and Incheon, South Korea. And yet, by the time a shipment arrives at United Electric's receiving area in Boston, where 100 series housing came from will hardly matter.
In a global economy, it's less of a factor where the products are made, but rather who's behind the manufacturing. About 30% of the products that we produce for companies like United Electric are produced by our facilities throughout Asia. And that's because we're involved early on in the design stages. 70% of the products that we produce are manufactured by our MPs, manufacturing partners which are throughout the region, and they're under strict guidelines and quality protocols, which include both scheduled and random on-site inspections.
ICSN facilitates the global sourcing of hundreds of mostly mechanical and electronic components for about 50 American companies. That sort of volume means buying power for ICSN, and something else for companies like United Electric.
The parts we buy from ICSN are at a much lower cost. This helps us offset our other increasing costs. Also, ICSN takes responsibility for all the upfront purchasing costs and offers us net 30-day terms. Their warehouse is just a few miles away. I can receive parts within 24 hours. Basically, ICSN has turned global sourcing into a domestic transaction for us.
What we're doing here is a part of a larger global economic megatrend. Industrialization and improved economic conditions of those developing nations will create marketplaces for products and services from American companies like United Electric.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of Inside Business. Until next time, I'm Fred Thompson.